Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I thank you very much for your presence today. I'm going to give you a small presentation on importance of training. My name is Gokhale. I made this presentation, or I would say it's been custom designed for senior management of an international hospitality company. And I'm going to talk why training and development is really important. I have used a lecture method. Because of time restrictions, I cannot use discussion method or a lot of interactive tools, but I would have loved to if I had more time. I have custom designed this presentation, and I have considered adult learning principles before designing this presentation, which means I am aware that most of you have worked in operational or managerial positions for years. Now, if anybody could recall what happened in 1995, Toronto, Canada, there was a collision between two trains and 3 people were killed and 36 were injured. And this could have been avoided if company had invested enough resources in training of its employees. The driver who was responsible for the accident was not trained properly. It was his second day on the job and he started his shift and he did some terrible mistake which resulted into this fatal accident. What were the consequences? Well, loss of morale, bad image of the company, massive compensation costs because of expensive lawsuits, maintenance and repairs, and this all could have been avoided if we had invested in training. So training is not really an expense, but it's a long-term investment that gives return, a long-term high returns. Now, what is training? Training is a process of acquiring knowledge, skills and abilities to perform one's current job effectively. Development, on the other side, is a process of acquiring knowledge, skills and abilities to do one's future job effectively. So training is short term, development is rather long term. So for example, we have a front office department. What would be the training for front office staff is, let's say, effective communication or diversity, because they will use those skills or competencies in their current job with immediate effect. But what will be development? Let's say training junior managers about budgeting or planning. So that's something I would say development. What are the benefits of the training and development? Well, for a company, first of all, statistically it's been proved that career development and training can reduce the turnover. We all are aware cost of the turnover are high, and we could reduce those costs by investing in training and development. Trained employees can produce better products, high quality service, and this in turn will result in higher profits, larger market size and a good brand name of the company. For employees, there are benefits as well, intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic benefits are, for example, positive change in their self-efficacy or self-image, high morale, more job satisfaction. Extrinsic benefits is higher compensation, they have opportunity within and outside the company, they are more marketable. So training basically achieves that win-win relationship between employee and company. Now training shouldn't be considered as an isolated function. It should be strategically aligned with corporate strategy. Let's say, for example, ABC Cruise Liner. If the corporate goal of ABC Cruise Liner is to become #1 company by becoming innovative, what will be then the training goal or training strategy is to make the employees think in innovative way. So innovation is the competency that we need to reinforce using the training methods. That's how training should be strategically aligned with the corporate goals. It also should be linked with other HR functions like recruitment and selection, performance management, etc. etc. Process of training is a 5-step process, I would say. It starts with need analysis or needs analysis. So any company first needs to understand where is the gap in the current performance or efficiency. Is that a concern really for stakeholders? If that is a concern, then is training the most cost-effective and most efficient solution? If we determine yes, training is the only solution, then we will go to step 2, which is designing training objective. Training objective should be relevant, measurable, realistic, and again it should be linked with the corporate objective. Training design or content would be the third step. Training can be designed in-house or it could be purchased from an external provider, and it will depend on each department and their needs and their budgetary requirements. Training method, again, it's on-job, it could be on-job training or off-job training. What I'm doing now is a sort of a classroom training, or we can say off-job training, but we could always use job shadowing, mentoring, or using subject matter experts, and this could be part of on-job training. Evaluation, that's final step in the process of training. If we need to determine if training has been successful in obtaining the desired outcomes or results, we should have evaluation of the training programs. Two ways this could be done. We could start evaluating trainees immediately after the training program, so I can just give you questionnaires now, or I can just try to catch your reactions. Also, company-wide training evaluation can be done semi-annually or quarterly through surveys, performance appraisal, or through feedback. Now, there could be some barriers if the nature of business is dynamic, or if the training costs are higher, which training department along with the senior management needs to overcome. But finally, what really I'm here to explain you is training department always needs support from senior management, without which training cannot be succeeded. For example, to create a positive training transfer climate, senior management encouragement is important, so that trainees, once they learn new skills in training department, they can come in operations and they can implement those skills, and they should be encouraged and motivated by management to do that. That's all really. Thank you very much for your presence today. If you have any questions, please email me at the email address, and I would be really looking forward for your feedback. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.